Hello and welcome back to the Geek Tech Show. In today's video, we are going to do video review of two different multi-tools. Before we get started, my name is Sergey Kisimov and I do tech reviews and all kinds of cool gear, instructions and interesting videos. Make sure you sub to this channel because you just never know which is the next video that's coming up on this show. In today's show, we're going to be featuring two different multi-tools. The Leatherman Wave, which is the contender, going and versus battle against the Leatherman Signal. The biggest question is, which of those two multi-tools would you like to find yourself stuck in an island? And if you had no other tool for you to survive with, which one of those would you actually be picking? So what I'm going to be doing is walking through the different kind of functions and tools that are available on this multi-tool and which one would I actually be picking at the end. So start watching and let's find out. So I have here two different Leathermans and only one of them is going to make the cut for the one you should be taking for your EDC needs. So which one is it? This one right here. Guess what is inside? This one is the Signal. It is the newest multi-tool that Leatherman just created. This one right here is the Wave. This one was developed a while back. Now, this one is going to set you down for about 120 to 100 bucks. This one is about $20 cheaper. Goes from 90 to about 109. Depends where you're going to get this for and from. If you're getting this used, it is definitely going to be much cheaper. The question is, which one is the best EDC you should be getting for yourself? The first test is to check out how much each of them actually weighs. This one comes in at 8 ounces, 0.3. This one is actually 7. I'm surprised. 7.4. So 1 ounce difference between both of them. And this one is much lighter than the Wave. Although the Wave is built much more better. In terms of lengthwise, this one is 4.5 inches closed and this one is about 4 inches. Opening them up, they're about the same exact length overall. Not much of a difference when it comes to that. So what are the main differences between them and which one should you think about getting? Opening them up, this one is much more looser. Although it is the more expensive tool, it is very loose. You can see it here. Everything is super loose here. When it comes to it opening and closing, look at this. It just slips open unless you use the safety lock on the side here to lock it inside. This one is more of a traditional tool. Not only this one opens and closes much more well built. Once you close it, it's not going to go down as the other one. So that is a big difference between both of them. Now, if you want to get any of the tools, one hand opening, both of them do support this, which is great. And it is very easy for you to open all the tools up. So that's one thing I do like about both of them. Construction wise, this one, the Wave, is just more solidly built as a multi-tool. The Leatherman is more of a minimalistic. It weighs a little bit less and yet it doesn't have as much bulk and protection on the top, which I like about this one, the wave. The signal doesn't have it. It doesn't support this. This is just minimalistic right on the top here. Now, one thing I do like about the signal is the hammer strike tool that is included. You can bolt things in if you have to. If you don't have a hammer and you need one, this will do it. It will do the trick and can do some heavy work for you. Comparably speaking, well, better than nothing. Definitely I would rather use a hammer, but if you don't have a hammer and you have just this multi-tool to survive on, well, this will actually work for you. On the other hand, this one right here, it doesn't support any of it whatsoever. There is no hammer tool here at all. And also, this multi-tool right here, it got the fire starter, it got the whistle, and that is good because you might need those essential tools, and they are included. Signal is the ultimate take around survival tool for you that you might actually need. And you can just use this to strap on anything, like your pants, like your jeans, and carry this around. Because carrying things using this method, it's not the best. It's good, but it's not so good. I mean, I don't really like it. 99% of the time, I'm not finding myself using this whatsoever. I use this more. On the other hand, the wave. There's no way for you to strap this. You just put this in your pocket. And this one to put in your pocket, it is a little bit on the bulky side. And the wave, this specific one, doesn't even have this clip here. So if you want a clip like this, you can buy it. It is super cheap to add to this. But if it doesn't come with it in the box, it is a disappointment to me, that is. Now it does have a ruler over here. One of it is centimeter, another one is inches. So that's good. Overall, both of those tools are pretty solid. Leatherman makes really good tools. When it comes to ability to measure inches and stuff like that, again, the signal doesn't have any way for you to do this. So I don't know why they're missing this part. You could have easily added to one of them, but it's not included. In terms of the tools, we have a knife, surrogate edge, surrogate right here, straight one right there, and as always super extremely sharp, no need for sharpening. On the other side we have the saw. Opening this up, you get more tools for you to use. The Leatherman sports a bunch of different ones that you can actually be using. We have the following tools that is included with it. Let's check them out. Pointing one right here for interesting kind of uses. We have right there what is an essential, which is the can opener, and another essential, pretty much this one right here. So if you need to open up some things, you could use this tool. Unfortunately, there is no way for you to get a good grip to use this specific tool, because if you close this up, it doesn't really close. So you have to use it either like this, or just hold it like this to go and screw things in here. And unless you buy the extra bits, you only have two of those for you to use. So although this is great for an emergency, in most cases this is not going to be too satisfactory for you. And this is all the small extra tools that are included with this one. On the other hand, the wave. This one actually has tools on both ends of it. On one end is nearly identical. Get both of them out of here. One thing about this is that those tools sometimes don't want to actually get out. And in this specific case, this one, it just refuses to get out of here. So unlike the signal, this one just doesn't want to let it go. So this is not something I ever had an issue with before, but I guess I have it right now. Oh my god. Now, that is stuck there for sure. Imagine that, if your life actually depended on this multitool and it got stuck in here and you can't get it out. That would be like a huge bummer. So that's a failure in my book right here. The wave has some of them stuck in here, which makes it impossible to use. So on this side, we have the scissors, something that the other one doesn't have. So you can cut things with this. It's not actually the best scissors that you get, but it will get the job done. And it has two more miniature tools here for you as well. There's this tool right here. It has this thing. I have no idea why you need something like that. But it does have extra tools that you don't have in the other one. Now this could be a bad batch or something, but they refuse to get out. So I definitely was able to get this out with using the help of another multi-tool. This definitely just got damaged. This is not something that usually happens with this one. But there is one good thing about this. If you need to use this, it gets you a better grip. You can see right here, to get any of those things right out of there. So this is definitely superior. What is definitely inferior is if you get a bad copy. Now you could have gotten a bad copy using any of those things, and this one might just be a little bit defective, but it could be easily fixed by just going ahead and making this a little bit more loose, and I think it's going to get it out eventually. Much easier too. Now another problem I actually noticed when I was using this one right here is very interesting, that this part right there could actually get stuck right here, just right there. And it did happen to me once. It got totally stuck like this, and I wasn't able to get it out very easily. So keep this in mind. Things like that do happen. It's not much of a big deal, and in EDC situation you can probably be able to loosen it up. Overall, I think both are really fine tools, and you could actually use them for a wide variety of situations. I do think in terms of value, you're getting more value in the wave. But as you can see, this one is prone to issues, such as getting one specific tool stuck inside, and that definitely takes at least a point right off from this one. It's a little bit heavier, and that also makes it a big difference to some people, not for me. But this one is just a little bit bulkier. In terms of both of them, it's really a hard decision to make. If you had to choose between both of them for a survival situation, I would say the Signal wins it, because it has the hammer, it has the fire starter, it even has a whistle that you can actually use. Just because it is missing a few tools, it is still the better deal here. It's just a little bit more expensive. The Wave is a little bit better when it comes of getting extra multi-tools. It's just a little bit extra that you're getting over here. It is slightly better built. Especially if you get a good copy, you're not going to have any issues. And you do have a scale that you could actually use, and this Signal just doesn't have it. Overall, if I had to use and choose just one of them as a multi-tool in a survival situation, I would not use the Wave. I think the Signal is the outright winner in my book, and definitely recommend it for you to actually get. One power tip I do recommend for you: if any of the chances one of those tools gets stuck in there, after you get it out, what you have to do is do this for a while and even apply some lube to it, maybe W40, and it's going to loosen this up a bit. Some oil, some grease, stuff like that, just between the multi-tool or by itself, and it's going to start working very good. So this one got a little bit stuck here, but I was able to loosen it up and it's good to go. So I'm not going to subtract the point just because of that anymore, because I was able to easily fix this issue. So thank you so much for getting all the way to the end of this video. Hopefully I earned a sub from you. Now the question is to be answered: which of those two different multi-tools I have decided for me to be stuck on an island with? And if I had no other choice, which one would I be actually getting? Well, after having a little hiccup with the Wave over here, I don't think this is the great multi-tool for me to actually use. Although in a survival situation, there's only one good thing about this tool that I like the most. It could be used to hit something and get some extra food. For example, you're fishing for some fish. Well, use this. Bang! Other than that, this multi-tool, I don't find it really worthy for me. I rather actually get the Signal. It has a few other essentials that I could actually use, such as this hammer over here. We have the whistle. We also have a fire starter. And that actually is a winner in my book. So overall, I would give this almost a perfect 10. On the other hand, the Wave, it is a great multi-tool, but for a survival situation, this one gets a 9. It's still good, but not the best. So thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you did enjoy this show, and if you did, smash the thumbs up, and then like, sub, and share. See you in the next video of the Geek Tech Show. Well, you don't never know what is the next thing that's going to be featured on.